In today's video, I'm reviewing a 2010 Lexus RX350. The Lexus RX is a mid-sized crossover SUV introduced by Lexus in 1998 and now on its fourth generation. This 2010 model is part of the third generation that was sold from the 2010 to 2015 model year. The Lexus RX is built on the same platform as the Toyota Camry and was the first crossover vehicle introduced to market. With a crossover vehicle, you get some of the benefits of a car and an SUV combined into a single vehicle. Specifically, you're getting more of the ride quality, handling, and fuel economy of a car combined with the ground clearance, cabin space, and cargo capacity of an SUV. And obviously, it's become a really popular segment within the market. The Lexus RX is a sibling to the Toyota Venza, and the third generation model sports a much more boxy image than prior generations with sharper edges and has a mild progression in the overall design, which is still very modern, sophisticated, and a bit quirky and overly futuristic. Personally, I really like the first and second generation models of the RX, and I'm not as crazy with the direction that Lexus took with the third generation model and the current fourth generation. I feel like this third generation model specifically takes some of the overall look of that second generation model that was very clean, really came together very nicely, and I feel like they just kind of stretched things in a few different directions to give it a little bit different appearance, and it doesn't look quite as clean and well thought out as the second generation model. Again, styling is all subjective, and so that's just my personal opinion. And despite that, I still think it's a pretty good looking vehicle, just not on par with the second generation. It's very premium looking, very sporty looking. It's got some nice accents throughout that give it a very unique look as well. And I love the fact that within this luxury mid-size crossover segment, the RX is a very unique offering when it comes to styling. It's very dramatic, very techy, very quirky. Of course, because it's a Lexus, it's got a lot of chrome to give it that more premium look than its Toyota counterparts. You know, just those chrome accents on the front grille, along the bottom of the door sills, wrapping around the windows, along the rear of the hatch. Also really like the clear taillights that you get on the RX. Gives it a really premium, modern appearance. And we've also got the chrome on those side rails. This specific model has the 5-spoke wheels. They do have some other more premium wheel options available, but these still have a nice appearance to them. Integrated into the front bumper, you'll see that we've got some fog lights. And then of course up top we've got a sunroof as well. Rear spoiler above that window, giving a little bit more sporty appearance again. The interior of the RX has a very premium and upscale look to it, and just as we saw in the exterior of the vehicle, it's very sophisticated, very modern, and has a very techy feel to it. Color selection is also very nice, and it's got a nice mix of materials. The RX, of course, comes very heavily loaded with standard features and options. We've got power windows, power door locks, power mirrors, power seats with memory settings for up to 3 drivers. It's got a great premium audio system. In the door here, we've got a unique storage compartment. Most vehicles, this will drop down to about here, and it's easy for things to fall out that are kind of stored in the door here. In this case, it comes all the way up here, and this tilts open to give you access to those objects. So a nice little feature. It's also got an integrated bottle holder. We've got the same setup on the passenger side door. To the left of the steering column, we've got another cup holder. Below that, button here for the electronic rear hatch and opening the fuel compartment. On the steering wheel, we've got a knob here for adjusting the setting of the steering wheel, so it's full electric. Steering wheel itself is leather wrapped with wood accents. Got perforated leather seats that are quite comfortable. We'll go ahead and jump into the vehicle. It's got a smart key that will adjust the setting of the seat, and no need to insert the key into the ignition. So we've currently got the key sitting here in the cup holder. So with the key in the vehicle, you can start it. Fire that guy up. On the steering wheel, we've got controls for audio, Bluetooth, and some other vehicle functions and settings. Nice clean instrument cluster. Large screen here in the middle, duals as a backup camera, navigation screen, and we can control a number of other vehicle settings as well. Unique system here for controlling that. So it's basically like a mouse. You use this guy to adjust around on the screen, and then it's got an enter button integrated on the left and the right hand side, a menu button, another control here for going up and down, and then voice activated features, and you can go directly to the map. So it's kind of a unique setup here. Personally, I'm not as crazy about it as some of the other similar systems in other vehicles, but it's definitely unique and it feels very techy. So on the navigation screen currently, press that menu button, you can bring up the other settings. So we can either do navigation, you can do your phone information, vehicle setup, climate control, and audio. So some of these features are dual function, so you can control them through the screen or with the buttons in the center console here. So audio system, for example, you can control on the screen, or we can just use this setup here. Likewise, climate control can be controlled below that. I think most people are going to find that these buttons are easier to use than the infotainment system. With the audio system, again, I mentioned it's got a nice premium audio system. It's got AM/FM radio, satellite radio, CD player. You can also connect your phone or MP3 device using the auxiliary input or USB import. We've got dual zone climate control for driver and front passenger. Of course, it's got heat and air conditioning. We've also got a heated and air conditioned seat for the driver and front passenger. So we've got a locking differential, ability to turn off traction control, 2 cup holders in this center console. Also some unique storage space down below here in the center console. Gives the vehicle a unique look, and I suppose you could store some things down there, but it's a little bit odd in terms of the setup. Center console is also a little unique. So we'll open this up here and you'll see that we've got a couple little trays in here that you can use for storing things. So that looks like it's for holding coins, maybe this one for a cell phone. And then you've got a lower compartment in there that also pulls out. So pull that out and it goes even deeper. And if you look down in there, we've got 2 12-volt outlets and that auxiliary input. So you could have all your cords for your phones or your MP3 player kind of stored down there in the bottom. Put this guy back in and those cords will pull up through this pass-through. And then you could keep those objects in here or use these trays. So it definitely seems like there was some thought that put into this, and I could see where it could be very functional, but it's also got a little bit of a cheap feel to it. Personally, I just kind of prefer to have one open space and let someone configure it the way that they want. I suppose you could pull all this stuff out if you wanted that. Kind of a interesting setup there. We've got a self-dimming rear view mirror. Above that, we've got an SOS button. That's to notify if there's an accident or if you have a flat tire or something. Of course, you do have to subscribe for the Lexus service to activate these features. We've got a moonroof that can slide to open or tilt. So slide features on this side, tilt features on this side. Can also program up to 3 garage door openers into the vehicle. And then we've got some settings here for the vehicle lights. Jumping into the rear of the vehicle, you'll see that it's very spacious, nice leg and headroom. This lever here can be used to recline the seats back as well, giving you a little bit more added comfort. See that we've got some vents bringing some of that heat or air into the rear of the vehicle. Give you a quick view up to the front. Middle row seat has a built-in armrest with storage compartment, 2 cup holders, and this whole unit can also fold down, allowing you to get skis or other long objects through the middle while still using the more comfortable outer seats. Seats can also fold down in a 60-40 split using this same lever. So pull that guy and the seat will fold down, increasing that cargo capacity. Coming around to the rear of the vehicle, you'll see that we've got an electric rear hatch and pretty decent cargo space. although it's constrained a little bit by the angle of this rear hatch. So you can see if it's a little bit more square, you'd have more cargo space. So you're trading off style for function a little bit. It's got a little built-in light on both sides of the vehicle. And then we've got 12-volt outlet. This lever built into the side here can also be used to fold down those seats from the rear. So handy if you're loading an object in, you don't have to go to that rear door to fold those down. To close this rear hatch, just push this button here and it automatically shuts. The RX is available in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive and is available with 2 different engine options. This vehicle is the RX350 with a 3.5-liter 6-cylinder that has 275 horsepower and an EPA rating of 18 miles per gallon in the city and 24 to 25 miles per gallon on the highway. They also have the 450H model, which is a 3.5-liter 6-cylinder hybrid with 245 horsepower and an EPA rating of 30 to 32 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway. Both of the models require premium fuel. The interior of the RX has a very techy feel to it. It's very modern, it's very sophisticated, and it seems like the type of vehicle that would appeal to a buyer that's into the latest tech gadgetry or the newest smartphones. In that sense, it's a really great interior. It feels very new, very modern. But if you compare it to the likes of some of the German competition, BMW and Audi, those brands have a much higher quality feel to them. Really great quality materials, really good fit and finish, and they just feel much more luxurious than what you get with the RX. Beyond just that overall look and fit and finish and feel, the vehicle is really nice inside. It's very quiet, it's very smooth, very comfortable, and is really a great overall luxury vehicle. The other critique that I have though is that it's not a very exciting vehicle to drive. It has pretty good performance numbers. The 0 to 60 time is just under 7 seconds, so it's pretty quick in that sense. Got plenty of horsepower for, you know, getting you up to highway speeds, passing other vehicles, maintaining high speeds on the highway, so no problem in that sense. It's just that the overall delivery from the vehicle isn't as exciting as what you get from some of the other competition within the segment. It just feels a little bit boring. So, you know, it's a great overall vehicle. It's just not something that's really exciting to drive. So I'd say that, you know, if you're looking to get into a vehicle that is quiet, comfortable, smooth, luxurious, the RX is a really good option. But if you also want something that's gonna be really fun to drive, you might wanna look at BMW or Audi as a better alternative. So that's a review of the 2010 Lexus RX350, a really solid vehicle all around, and there's no question why this is one of the best-selling luxury vehicles on the market. With the RX, you get a vehicle, it's got a very premium look on the exterior, it's also very sporty, a little bit techy. Inside, it's got a very upscale interior, a lot of standard features and options, a lot of tech features. Because it's a Lexus, you can kind of bank on that reputation for reliability that Lexus is renowned for. Not something that you're going to get from a lot of other luxury makers in the market. And then of course with that reliability also comes better resale value, and so a definite benefit with the Lexus brand. A couple of downsides as well. Within this segment, although this vehicle really kind of checks all the boxes and is really a great overall vehicle, it's very quiet, smooth, comfortable, has lots of those features, there's something that's a little bit less exciting about the vehicle when you compare it with some of the German competition. If you look at the BMW X3, the Audi Q5, when you get into those vehicles, there's something that's just a little bit special about them, and when you're driving them, they're just a little bit more engaging. And so really I'd say that if you're looking at the RX as a practical means of transportation that's got those luxury features, that gives you that more premium look, and you want that reliability and good resale value, then the RX is a really good option. But if you're looking for something that's going to be a little bit more exciting and engaging to drive, I might look at BMW or Audi as a better alternative. If you have any comments or questions on the RX, leave them in the section below. For more car reviews, subscribe to my channel. In the meantime, thanks for watching.